Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time, and leading the way is the number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Connecting over the middle with Downs. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. Richardson out of the shotgun.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Alec Pierce, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd and short.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The Colts send out their new kicker for 2023, Matt Gay, for the field goal.
On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through.
And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former number 1 pick of the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
Last year we got the Trevor Lawrences. So many tabbed to be the savior of the Jaguars. He broke 4,000 yards for the first time and threw 25 touchdown passes and guided his team to the playoffs. This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up a ball in Youth League. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
Now a throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now Lawrence. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
To return is McKenzie.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
First and 10. Here's Richardson with it. And connecting here with Pittman on the out route.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 5. Richardson.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting held.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez.
Back deep for Jacksonville, the dangerous Jamal Agnew.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line.
A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Now we'll pause for the injured player, and it's Jonathan Taylor who's shaken up. It certainly would be a major loss for this offense. Hopefully he's okay. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Well, this defense for the Jags, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Now Richardson.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Josh Allen drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Etienne once more. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 25 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. 3rd and 4 as they've got it as we resume action. Now Lawrence. That is caught, and he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. This one caught by Ridley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. The Jaguars at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. It comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, I would say for the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it.
Taking it right down Broadway. Isaiah McKenzie. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
On first down, Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Now Lawrence to throw. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. On second down, a run with ETN. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Off play action, Richardson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Colts on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Richardson shotgun on third down. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Richardson to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now. If this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league, it's sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
That's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Josh Allen has now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On second down, here's Lawrence. And he bats
Bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On third down, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout.
3rd down. Here's a run by Moss.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Here's Lawrence to throw. A throw out wide going to be incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this from 43. The kick by McManus is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start across the Atlantic in London, England. And it was the Ravens, acting as the visiting team, who claimed the victory. Lamar Jackson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Mike Evans, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Jamar Chase with a touchdown reception from Joe Burrow. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Jamal Agnew now to return it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Jamal Agnew. He will take this all the way. Touchdown. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
They'll go again here with Moss.
Shoves him aside. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down, they stay with Moss on the ground.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
At the 16-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Richardson to throw off play action. Pass out left, caught by Woods.
They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to one.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, Richardson. Looking in zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Colts have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
To return, here's Agnew.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On second down, Lawrence looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. A give running right, ETN. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, that's one of the main responsibilities of a safety in any defense. A long way downfield before he's able to corral him, but that's why you have him on the field, the last line of defense.
He made the play. I don't know if it'll be remembered. They're probably so mad that the run went for that long.
Wonder if they were thinking pass in that situation as opposed to run and being caught a little bit out of position. Fortunately, he's able to track him down.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a yard. Running out of the gun with ETN. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Another tote for ETN. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
The kick by McManus is good, and now bring him back within a point. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the fourth quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a second down and 6. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On the option left, Richardson trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. And this taken in by Downs.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them.
Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. On third down, here's Richardson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 76 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
They'll run out of the gun with Morris. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a jam and some obvious discomfort in that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going to run for it. It's Morris. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Moss diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Gay is on for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Etienne up the middle. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On third down, here's Etienne. Oh, he breaks a tackle and he's down an alley. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Well, sometimes, Brent, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion.
On first and 10, it's Etienne.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They run the option left with Lawrence. That's running. Touchdown, Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, 42 yards. And the Jaguars have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. So part one of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
That's caught, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at early's opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Richardson working from the gun. That's complete to Pierce.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Agnew now to return.
So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars
Down by 2. 1:46 to go. And they need at least 30 yards, you'd have to think, here to move the football to have a shot.
Throwing now, Lawrence. Finding Washington.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they get him down, but number 4 takes it across the 40-yard line. This is Kirk. It's Kirk. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Plenty of time, and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here. A give to Etienne running right. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Straight ahead, ETN.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Lawrence.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? If you're looking at it from the defense's perspective, they looked like they had a shot at it. Maybe a completion. Ball gets knocked away. Can they rise up and do it again?
Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The kick by McManus is good.
And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Now it's the Colts' turn, trailing by a point after the made field goal. A little under a minute to go. Richardson.
Now their lead is evaporated, but they still have a shot on first down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A throw on the money there to Doolin.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A gain of 5. First down, Indianapolis.
Now Richardson.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Here comes second down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Jacksonville, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.